Here's your podcast segment. The New York Times is reporting that Trump's D.C. renovation projects could cost more than $1 billion, and a significant chunk of that bill may fall on American taxpayers, despite the president's repeated claims to the contrary. President Trump has been on what analysts are calling perhaps the most expansive construction spree in the history of the American presidency. 18 major projects across Washington, D.C., some finished, some underway, some not yet started, with a combined potential cost that the Times now puts at over $1 billion. Let's start with the centerpiece, the East Wing Ballroom. Trump tore down the historic East Wing of the White House last year without asking Congress or any oversight body for permission, and in its place, he's building a 90,000-square-foot ballroom. The price tag has climbed steadily. First it was $200 million. Then $300 million. Now it's sitting at $400 million. Trump has insisted the whole thing will be paid for by private donors as a gift to the nation, not one dime from taxpayers, he said. But the Secret Service has confirmed that hundreds of millions in security upgrades tied to the project will, in fact, be taxpayer-funded. And allies on Capitol Hill have already offered to have the public foot the entire bill. A White House spokesman, when asked directly about funding, didn't dispute that taxpayer money would likely be used for most of the president's projects. Then there's the security infrastructure underneath the ballroom itself. Trump has asked Senate Republicans for another $400 million to build what he's described as a massive military bunker beneath the planned ballroom. That money got cut from a spending bill, but the administration has already transferred more than $350 million out of the Secret Service budget to cover some of those upgrades, including a new $180 million security screening facility. Beyond the White House campus, the renovation push extends across the Capitol. The Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool is being repainted blue, a project that Trump initially said would cost $1.8 million. Two no-bid contracts later, the price tag is $16.4 million. The rushed job has already produced massive blooms of green algae and peeling polyurethane. Trump has blamed vandals with knives and fertilizer, without offering evidence. There's also a $40 million National Garden of American Heroes, though experts say the statues alone could exceed that budget. Kennedy Center renovations are pegged at around $250 million in federal funds. Lafayette Park is getting an $11.9 million facelift through a no-bid contract. For statues near the National Mall are being covered in 23.75 karat gold leaf, at a cost of $5.1 million in Interior Department funds. The Rose Garden, now rebranded the Rose Garden Club and used for political fundraisers, got paved over with stone tiles at an estimated $2 million. And 8 broken fountains across Washington are being restarted at a combined cost of $58 million. The White House has released an incomplete donor list for the ballroom project but has refused to say how much any individual has contributed. The donations are being collected by a nonprofit called the Trust for the National Mall, led by a Trump campaign fundraiser who holds no government position. Across the board, funding sources for many of these projects remain either unclear, legally contested, or quietly shifted from existing agency budgets, raising serious questions about oversight and whether the public is getting the full picture of what this construction wave will ultimately cost. When the New York Times tallied it all up, the answer was stark: more than $1 billion, and counting. That's the latest from Washington. I'm your host, and we'll keep watching how these numbers evolve.